Hi everyone, welcome to Bowley's coefficient of skewness. This is topic number 3.12, which is a continuation of unit 3 measures of dispersion and skewness. This is the last video of this chapter. Relative measures of skewness, one way to measure is Bowley's coefficient of skewness, and the formula is Q3 plus Q1 minus 2 into Q2 divided by Q3 minus Q1. Once again, I am repeating, relative measures of skewness will be having no unit because this is a ratio of the two measurement. If you see here Q3 plus Q1 minus Q2, that will have, suppose, the same unit. Suppose we are measuring the income, so it will have in rupees, and then the denominator will come in rupees, so it will be cancel each other, and therefore there will be no unit. Therefore, relative measures of skewness is useful to compare two different types of data distribution with different unit. With the same example, I'll continue how to calculate the Bowley's coefficient of skewness. Here, basically, we'll calculate the Q3 and Q2 and Q1. As we know, for calculating Q3 and Q1, we need something called cumulative frequency. Therefore, I have taken cumulative frequencies, which is adding the frequency one after another. 35, 35 plus 40, 75, 75 plus 48, 123, 123 plus 100, which is 223. And same way I have calculated all the cumulative frequency. One way to check whether your cumulative frequency calculation is correct or not, if you reach the last number which is equal to the total frequency, because ideally you should come up with the same number, that's a total frequency. Now let's just have a look, how do we calculate Q3 and Q1? Q1 is equals to n plus 1 by 4th item, therefore 551 by 4. 551 by 4th item. So let's just go back. It's coming as 137.5. We should see which value just crossed that value, which is equal to or more. So therefore the value is 223, and I get the Q1 is equals to 223. Similar way, 551 plus 551 divided by 2, or 2 into n plus 1 by 4, that item is coming as 275.50, and you will get the value which is 275, more than that is 348, and therefore this value 500 will come as your Q2. Following the same method, 3 into n plus 1 by 4th item. Therefore, 3 into 550 plus 1. So, 3 into 551 by 4 is coming as basically 413.25. 413, which value is crossed in the CF, we'll see 435. Corresponding value is coming as your Q3. Therefore, we get the value of Q3, Q1, Q2, and we'll apply the Bowley's coefficient of skewness, which is equal to SKB, which is equals to Q3 plus Q1 minus 2 into Q2 divided by Q3 minus Q1. And Q3 plus Q1 is 400 plus 600 minus into 2 into 500, which is coming as 0, divided by Q3 600 minus 400, which is 200, and we have given it, it's coming as 0. Since the value is 0, we can call it is a symmetric distribution. So to conclude, we have learned, let's just have what are the things we have discussed so far in the measures of skewness. In the measures of skewness, the first thing we have done is absolute measures of skewness, and then we have done relative measures of skewness. Then we have understood there are two ways. There is positive skewness and there is negative skewness. And if there is no skewness, it is called symmetric. Now, what are the applications? Let's first understand. Suppose a country like India, let's just suppose in the x-axis I'm giving the income distribution, and the people, how many people are there. This side is low income and this side is high income, and if you compare, majority of the people are having low income, majority are low income, very few people are billionaire. So definitely the distribution will come like that. That's called a positive skewness. Whereas a country which is very rich, where most of the people are actually earning very, very high, but there are few people who are not earning that high, who are earning very, very low. There will be very few people, and it will pull the entire mean in this side. That type of distribution is called negative skewness. And where it will be absolutely normally distributed, that's called a symmetric distribution, where mean equals to median equals to mode. So to have a gist, what is the purpose of calculating the skewness? Skewness basically give us again the idea about how the data is distributed, number one, and to do further analysis, something like regression analysis, something like logistic regression, we actually need to know something like clustering. These are the advanced level of statistical calculation or measurement. The data, if it is skewed distribution, this type of measurement will not give you the correct result. That's why when we get a data set, basically in data science or analytics, when we actually do further analysis, something like principal component analysis, something like cluster analysis, we actually need to know how is the data is distributed. Each and individual variable, we need to know whether they are normally distributed or they are not, they are skewed distribution, because based on that, application of the further technique will be decided. So that's all about skewness. Just remember, skewness give us the direction of the scatteredness, where the data is having a twist, or which side the data is mostly concentrated, and skewness is also one type of measures of spread of the data. In my next video, I'll be discussing about the next chapter, which is correlation and regression. Thank you.